I've got a big issue inside of my create world. I really want to continue building factories and creating farms, but as I do this, my storage monster continues to grow outside of my starter base. Yep, outside my starter house. I never even moved in. So today, let's deal with the mess of create machines and chests that is my storage area and create a brand new warehouse with rotating storages, a train station, and so much more. Now I have to decide on where to put this storage building, because this is a building I'm going to be coming back to back and back and back. So it has to be very central. I quickly decided to draw a plan over the surrounding area, deciding to put the warehouse in the middle of it all. And I think this little hillside here is going to be absolutely perfect, and that we can build the create components like in the mountain instead. Now to get this build started today, Oop, that's a tree. I already have a little bit of a head start with these items at least, so I better just continue. Decent progress here on the material gathering, but I gotta go and get some obsidian real quick. And here we have some obsidian, and I need enough for 2 portals. Perfect, 20 obsidian, that should be enough for today's episode. And since I'm smart and write down coordinates, we can just go into the nether and go straight over there. And well, hopefully we spawn in a desert here. And yep, this is where I left my horse last time. Oh, which we still have to name. I've got the perfect name for it. But I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here gathering up some sand, sandstone, and mud. With loads of blocks and a very broken shovel, let's head back home. And on our way, we might as well grab a little bit of warpwood, because I think I need a little more. Back home, I need to find somewhere to put all of this stuff. Holy pit of iron golems. Why are there so many? Why are so many of them in that fenced off area? Now the final thing, need a brass casing. Quickly just sandpaper that down. That, brass casing, and a cog. And we got our sequence gear shift. All of these items are necessary to start this build. Now, before we can get started on building, I need to empty out these backpacks so I have a lot of space for new blocks. And now I have to search through this mess to try and find a name tag, which I believe I have one, but it doesn't seem like it. Uh-oh. And in this house over here, though, I do have my mending villager. That's a lot of impaling books, but at least he levels up. I really don't need these. And name tags. Now, there were a lot of good name suggestions for this horse. And here's my anvil. What is it doing here? And the name I've decided to go with is Puru! This one was suggested by Burning and had a really funny backstory, and that's why it got picked. But I've been putting it off long enough. I need to get these moved over to the build site and just start working. I'm gonna make a third backpack here to hold all of the things, because I don't want to have to be going back and forth to a chest if I can hold everything in my inventory. If I were to die now and lose all of these items, I might just quit. And with this building, I was actually really lost on how I wanted it to look in the beginning, so I jumped into Fresco and drew up a quick sketch. Just like 90% of all my builds, I have to do a lot of digging before I can even start placing the first blocks. Luckily, I prepare almost every single building beforehand in creative mode, so I know exactly which blocks I need to mine and not mine. At this point, I've already spent over 12 hours on this video, designing and gathering materials. And if you want to see more videos just like this in the future, consider subscribing, as I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs before the end of the year. So let's start building, and we'll start extending in the main structure's foundation first here. And we'll do this by extending in a lot of deep slate here, and well, a little bit of tuff as well for a few highlights, to make it a little more interesting than it would be otherwise. Also adding in a little bit of mud over here for a little bit of a darker spot in the wall. And inside of here, let's start extending in a little bit of coarse dirt as our floor for this area. And this is where our bulk storage is going to be, which we will set up in just a second. And we do a little bit of wood and some gravel. Finishing off that exact floor in the middle here, or of course adding it in on the final little stretch right over here. Then, as we did use deep slate under the train tracks up at the top, and oh, let's wait a second here. If I grab the train track, hold this in my offhand, I have used this before, but I completely forgot about it, and thank you so much for everyone that reminded me in the last episode. If I have a block here and I just place that now, oh yeah, Oh, that's so much faster. But now that's all the track that I have, but it's also all that I need in the building. Eventually, that's gonna go out in this direction, the train yard, where I can experiment with trains, and in this direction into some tunnels that are gonna lead all through the city. Right now, I only know 2 things I want to store in bulk, and I just thought of a 3rd one, so I'm gonna have to get more vaults, because I've only made enough for 2. But popping around on the back here, we can extend this all the way over this way, and same with... Nope, never mind. But same with this one. If we then take some catwalk stairs and catwalk, we can build up from these blocks up to here, where we then can extend out a catwalk from the edge here. And oh, do I hate placing these, but they look so good. It's worth it. Now we can add item vaults 1 block in from this just for a little bit of variation at least. On here on this one, I want to add 1, and this one can get 3 of them. So there's a few items I know I'll get and use a lot more, and that's these 4 items. And then I also need to add deep slate. But since I upgraded my drill, I just have so much of it. This one's gonna be for stone, and this one's gonna be for dirt variations. Now let's grab our strip dark oak here, and dark oak slabs and spruce support, as this building is gonna get quite tall, and I need to add in a floor here so I don't fall all the way to the bottom and die. Over here I decided to go even simpler and just use dark oak. Before we add in the rest here, I want to add in some spruce support and make the other roof go up 1 block for just a little bit of interest at least. Yeah, and even without the dark oak slabs, that still looks pretty good because of the trim. And now we can add in the 2nd layer. Now next up, I want to start working on the main structure of this. So some support first, and in the middle, yes. Where we then take some spruce logs and layer those every other so that we can make a little bit of an overhang here. Here I'm really going to the root with overhangs like this on buildings, where we add slabs in the middle of here, of course, and then some butters on the outside just for that little bit of detail. Then I want to take some packed mud and go around this. And since I already know I want to add in a floor in this level, I'm just gonna fill this here with some regular cobblestone, just so that I can build on top of it with ease, but still not waste bricks. And yep, you heard that 100% correct. On this very medieval looking base, I want to start extending in a brick factory looking building. Really going for a mix of the 2 styles here, which I think we're really going to enjoy. And this to mix the style I use a lot in my hardcore world with the style I've been using here is something that I want to do more, and especially in the future village transformation I want to do. With my rambling now over, I continue to power through building up the walls all the way up to the desired height. Oh, this looks so very weird with all of the holes in it, but don't worry, that's for create components later. This is why sometimes I build the create components first, because then the walls make more sense. But this right here will be where our main storage is. Up in this little area up here is gonna be our overflow, and then, well, the bulk is already started down here. But let's start giving this inside here a little bit of love with a floor first of all. And a few torches here so we don't spawn any creepers. Next up, I actually want to start working a little bit on the storage. So I'm gonna grab all of my cabinets here and my barrels, which will be our main storage. On the middle one here, I want to start with adding in some dark oak cabinets at the bottom. And we'll follow that with some spruce before we add in a little bit of oak on the top here. And I have these cabinets as well. These are spruce, so these are gonna have spruce in them. And that way I can tell super easily. And then on these other ones here, we're gonna just have some varnished barrels. That's what they're called, because they're not spruce and they look alright. But this is very little storage. And you may ask yourself, how do we fix this? We rotate them. Oh, this is so exciting. On the back side here, you see I've dug out a lot of extra room. And eventually I'll have to connect the mountain up to the building site. But here we're gonna start adding in even more barrels down here. But do you know what's even better than 2 sets of barrels? 4. Okay, now this is starting to look amazing. Next up here, I'm gonna have to grab almost all of my brass funnels and, well, yeah, start placing them on these. Each one of these needs brass funnels because I want to automatically sort everything here. And wow, this feels weird placing this many brass funnels. Oh no, it's miscounted them again. And another stack of brass funnels. Perfect. And now I can finally add in the rest. I only needed that many, but I will need these in the future for sure. With a few temporary blocks here, we can place in a shaft, another shaft, and hook those up together. And this will be where we bring our items through. This looks so cool. And now comes one of the most annoying things I have to do for this project, which is grab the mechanical arms I want to use. Click on every single one of these funnels here. Then we just click on these to mark that is where it's going to be taking them from. And then I can finally place it down. Even if I'm holding another one in my inventory, this one has no target, so I have to do it twice for all of these. I just remembered, I have no idea how I'm gonna power these. I think I'm gonna have to bring something up through the wall here. Yeah, that could work. Now comes the one part. How are we gonna rotate this? Because I need to connect all of this up to make it one contraption first. Then we already have one of the sides sorted out. If I grab this block right here, and I can glue that all the way over to this one, and that means the wall will be rotating, which I just realized is the wall blocks that I'm gonna have to power somehow with cogs to get all of these spinning. I'm actually gonna have to rethink this whole thing a little bit here and remove these blocks. Add in the cog wheels in the middle here instead. I can always hook this up later, but I just need them in now. Then grabbing a few andesite casings, we can cover these so they are actual full blocks at least. Now that can at least get powered, so that's good. Because I need to bring a conveyor belt and have a little space here. We put the mechanical bearing all the way back here, where I then need to start creating a very weird set of blocks. Now this little spaghetti thing over here is what actually makes this whole thing rotate. And hopefully I have glued everything correctly now, so it all works. And I just remembered I could actually power this with a water wheel forever, because, well, this is the only thing it powers, and it's never going to use more than this. Sequence gear shift, and yep, that's already the correct one. And I've got to say, the water wheels in 5.1 are so much nicer because you only have to have one little source like this. Then I have to get under here somehow, which if I grab a trapdoor here, I can just flip that under and place it here. And with a button here now, if I press this, we should get a new set of barrels. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's not good. It didn't do as it was supposed to. Uh-oh, I forgot to connect up something. Uh-oh. Just a little bit of work now, and it works. It works. I can switch my storages. Oh, it's so cool. I'm just gonna sit here and press this button. So that's at least the main storage done. Oh, wait, actually, it's not. I have to redo all of the mechanical arms. Oh. Now we can go ahead and add in our windows here, just randomizing the blocks. Fix this a little more here. We'll extend up some spruce beams up into the roof. Do that on this side and then across in the middle. Then with some dark oak stairs, we can just plunk those down in here so that we can walk up into this area. Now with our windows in and as few of the holes gone, there's still so many more, but I'll get to that in a little bit. As for now, I'm gonna grab all this rough mud I have and, well, start placing that in right up here. I don't know why, but I just really like this texture. It's really nice. Do you also want to add in a trim of granite going all the way around the outside here? Could have a door for this little spot in here. Stair and a catwalk stair as well, just to get in here. I do, however, want to add in a few vertical slabs up here, and, well, it's pretty insane. Let's grab a little bit of normal mud here now, and we'll fill that in just up here. All along here. Where I then want to bring out some train hulls, which sounds weird, but trust me here, as we can mark out 1, 2, and 3 of these here. And now we just start building these upwards. And I think you're starting to see what this will be. And up here, we also want to add in an andesite line just to make a little bit of detail. And yep. Then on the top here, we do some campfires. And yep, they are pretty cool. Down here, if I can find my chains, there they are. Flip those upside down, place some of these on the outside here so it looks like it's kind of holding the smokestacks down. Then we can stick our chains on the bottom of this. And yep, that definitely added that little bit of extra detail. Since I did write industrial roof on my sketch here, let's just add some air vents. Now let's move on to the inside again, because I do want to fix the inside area up here before I add in the roof, because otherwise it's gonna get just very cramped. So to get up there, we do 2 andesite stairs, which can connect to the doorway that's here. Then we can continue those up this way, where we here continue with the catwalks. If I can place them the right way, thank you. We do those all the way over to the wall, because that might be useful for something later. And then we can continue this up to here, I think, where we can start yet another dark oak roof / floor. Perfect floor walls with a lot of holes in them. Now, next up here, I want to get a shaft running from all the way over here. And this will be where the items are arriving, and then they're going to go out on the side again. Create a shaft from there to here for chests. Same thing on this side. And then we just copy this again, 1 block up here. And, well, here you start to see why I can't use that door. Now, for once, I'm going to be using a few normal chests here. Then I made a lot of andesite funnels because this won't be sorted. So it actually doesn't matter to use the brass one. Perfect there. Let's add a few polished deep slate slabs above these so we can still open those. We'll also take this time where we have the deep slate out to just add a ring around the top here as well. And then we come in with our mud yet again. I wanted to turn my brain off for a moment and just build. So I decided to add a tower next to the big one where we could send our conveyor belts up and into the system. Perfect little side entrance as well into the main storage area. And also ease of access up here, which I definitely need to light up. But we still have the main entrance to fix. So starting off really similar to what we did on the building. It's actually going to be very similar. It's actually the same block palette and detailing. Yet again, adding in the walls for the 5th or 4th time now. Then after the walls are done, we can grab all of our blue blocks again, or we start adding that in on top of this, of course. Popping down from the roof here, let's start extending a little bit of spruce support down here for a little bit of a walkway and a balcony. Top of these we can come in with a few lecterns, and I gotta get some trapdoors for these in just a little bit. But first we can add in some trapdoors in here along with this little bit over here, some spruce on the inside here for a door, then bring in a line of spruce planks on the floor here, filling in a few windows with some iron ornate window, yes, and some panes there before we add in a little bit of spruce right along here. We'll add another line of this up here for just another splash of color, or to break something up, I'm not really sure. The back is looking great, everybody. Finally the time had come to connect everything up. I started off with the bulk storage before moving on to the main storage. I also extended the belts all the way around the building up to the overflow. The building was still missing that little bit of personality, so I also took this time to add in a few extra details. The front side was especially lacking, so I created a pop-up on the upper layer with a super simple roof and a flower bed. Now next up here, I want to craft something from a new mod that I have added, and this should be everything I need. So bucket, gunpowder, and some red dye, and I get graffiti. And if I just scaffold all the way up here on this side, where I have a little bit of a flat area up here, and on this block here, we just click, we get this little white thing. I open this, and you can actually see this from quite far, and it says storage. Oh my god, that's lovely. I wanted to do it with banners, but then I remember I just installed this mod, so why not do it like this? And if you want some graffiti or some fan art in this world, then join my Discord, link in the description, and just send it to me there. But also, I absolutely love this building. Oh, what I'm doing? I'm totally not over here gathering wool to make another big, ugly windmill on the ground. No, that's just not how I do things. And whoop, windmill power. This is how it works. I promise. And then a big line of a shaft going this way. Okay, epic. Every single conveyor belt is now spinning the correct way, but I still need to get the arms spinning. Now, this I definitely want to speed all the way up to 256, and zoom in. Gearbox, and another gearbox. That up there, and that up to there. And then that to there, and spinning, 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 and spinning. Perfect. Now this right here is the moment that some people might just call this quits. Everything works, so let's move on to the next project. But I've already spent almost 20 hours on this, so I might as well see it through to the end. To begin this final push, I booted up my stream and got to work on fixing the surrounding areas around the factory. That was a really good stream, and I even added an input chest. And while it also meant that I was able to input all of my items into the storage, yeah, I have not set up the filters yet. I have actually set up a few filters for the wood types at least. But this side of this room is just looking so empty, and I made this big for a reason. And that extra space is actually for these machines that I have still not upgraded. I made these before day 30 in this world. I'm now over 250 days, by the way. And it's time that these get some well-deserved speed upgrades because they are so slow. I need it all, thank you very much. But this area is looking a lot better already. Now just place a temporary barrel here in the middle where I can put all of the create stuff that I probably might also need in just a second. Now if I come up to my chests up here, I have a lot of belts over. Nice. What else could I need? Gearboxes are always good to have. Oh, this is so nice having all the crate stuff organized into like a few boxes. So let's start off with adding in a conveyor belt going from there to here. And this will be for a little sawmill right here. I've actually already got the saw as well, which we can just place in right there. Now go ahead and rotate the storage to my spruce box. I need a few spruce planks. So with my carpenter's table over here, let's make some basket woven ones. And we'll place that all in front here, continuing all the way over to this place. We can grab some dark oak stuff. Oh my god, it's so nice. Or we can start detailing this a little bit with a few spruce support here. Let's skip a few blocks here as well, just to add that little extra detail. Now I have one blaze burner, but I'm gonna need a second one to make cast iron here. Let's also go ahead and make 3 more propellers for 3 more encased fans. We create a few more depots as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do another one there for a crusher. And we have a blaze burner here with a basin on top of it for another press. And then this will be our mixer over here. And then these 4 here will be for our fans. Oh, I need 1 more fan. Oh, and if I just grab 4 of those, try to locate a nether rack up here. Oh, I saw the one there. Yep, I actually forgot that a blaze burner is such a cheap recipe. Oh, villager, what are you doing in here? Anyways, trip into the nether to go and grab a blaze, of course. Just get me yoink that and... Oh no, I'm gonna leave now. Bye, thanks. Oh no, that's so in the way. I don't have a sword with me. That's why I don't like this. Quick. Ah! Okay, second blaze burner going in. And we can make a second metal press, which we can plonk the mechanical mixer over there. Metal press and metal press. And then, yes, I do know I can rotate these, by the way. I just don't know how. There we go. And vertical gearbox there. And another vertical gearbox up here, where we can add some shafts between there and up here. And then a cog on this one to spin that, of course. We'll head up here and we'll add the rotation speed controller right there. And we're going to change the speed to 256. Yep, it's going to be going fast. And with a few encased chain drives going off in this direction, we can add our fans facing downwards. I want to add in some dark oak support all around this. And well, maybe it's not the most realistic that these wooden supports here are holding lava, but I don't care. Go ahead and craft up a soul campfire and a regular campfire. And then we can place these in now right there and there. And for some reason, the fan blows through it. I don't know why it works, but I like it. Then we can prep our iron bars from the bottom of this all the way along here. And now I just need a bucket of lava, which, oh yeah, I have right here. Never mind. That wasn't hard at all. Yoink. And then we can add in the lava right over here. Perfect. Now I should have every single machine here that I need. I got the sawmill, I've got the fans, I've got the presses, and I've got a whisk. And need a clutch as well, along with a redstone link, of course. Heading up here one final time, we can go ahead and add in clutch I made right up here, and everything is spinning, or okay, not everything, the fans are spinning right now. And we'll go ahead and add a redstone link, flip that to receive mode. And now everything stops. Perfect. Then we just extend a shaft up to there. And if we now flip this lever, everything should start spinning. Uh-oh. I was scared that was gonna happen. Why don't we just pop down over here, around, and we break that, and then... Ooh, yeah, I'm missing a little bit there. Luckily, this isn't a problem a few water wheels can't fix, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th one. But this is the most beautiful mess I've ever made. But everything's spinning again, at least. And we have... 0 remaining. Yep, okay. I'm happy with that. We're not adding any more machines. But this looks pretty epic, to be fair. Now I also gotta get my shipped workbenches down here in place, because I use these a lot. Now the last thing I need for this inside to be fully functional is, well, to apply all the filters that I want. And I have no idea how many hours that's gonna take me, but probably a few. So I should probably just get to it, shouldn't I? Now, before I get onto some detailing, I want to build another building, and I need a garage for my drill. So let's get my schematic cannon out of the storage. And alright, I got my materials checklist here as well, so I'm just gonna get to gathering all of this. And hopefully the new storage will help me out a ton in this. I've gotta say, the new storage room is absolutely amazing. Even though I'm missing a few items in the filters still, that doesn't matter because it's so much faster. But I just need a few dark oak logs here, and then quickly hop into the mine and grab some limestone before we can start building. Oh, where did you even come from? Oh, where did... hello. All right, everything's been gathered up, and let's just move it right outside the door, since this building is literally right here. And I mean literally right outside the back door. Let's run a quick material check, and yep, that's everything I need. And whoop. So just got it in a millstone as a little bit of a ship. No smoke from this one because I want to save a little on the lag. But now the best part is I can just take all of these, where I can just dump it all into this chest and it will get sorted. Nope, that's my axe. Hey, thank you for bringing my axe back to me. And back at the starter base here, I need to just plonk that and grab this drill and place that there. We have enough space to get in and out of here. Now I need to hook up some portable interfaces to this, so let's place that. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna need 4 portable storage interfaces, and this isn't going to be a fast process, so I think I can just use 1 water wheel and bonk, and everything's spinning the right way in here. Perfect. Of course it won't work because this isn't glued to the actual contraption. Oh, but that's so nice. I can actually unload this now. But this was just a small little side project that I wanted to do in today's video because, well, we were cleaning up my starter base area and this really needed a home. I still need to do a little terraforming here, but so do I on the main building as well of today. So there was not much to think about here. It was just time to get to terraforming. I started off terraforming the garage for the drill, and then I moved on to the main storage building, fixing up the terrain around that as well. Now that it's cleaned up a little bit around the storage and the garage here, I first of all want to connect a pathway leading from those stairs there, around and up to the entrance to the garage. Eventually, I think we want this pathway also leading up in this direction, but I'm not really sure on that yet, so we're just gonna have this for now. I was in a pathing mood after I finished the path connecting the storage building up to the drill garage. So I continued to add in pathways, this time connecting the storage building all the way over to the spider farm and the main road network. Just gotta gather up a few acacia leaves here for a few custom trees, of course. Okay, quickly gotta run back up into my storage. Where did I put the gunpowder? There it is. Load up the schematic cannon again because I absolutely love this thing and it's so nice for building trees. And with the addition of those trees, I can finally call this project completed. Finally, I have moved away from my starter-based mess into this amazing storage building, fully equipped with an automatic storage system and so much more. And thank you so very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.